Right, guys, what is going on? Match reaction. Arsenal 4, Atletico Madrid nil, and Arsenal maintain their perfect start in this year's Champions League. And, it's an emphatic scoreline for Arsenal. However, I actually don't think it was a 4-0 game, if I'm being honest with you. I think Atleti played their part. It was just a 13-minute capitulation, really, which led to Arsenal winning by 4-0. But let's touch on Arsenal first. It's another clean sheet. I mean, it's ridiculous, the Arsenal defence. It really is ridiculous. They just do not concede goals, and it's it's not a problem, but I suppose it's a really positive sign from Arteta. And if you're an Arsenal fan as well, is that if Arsenal score first, 99% of the time at the minute, they seem to win because they just don't concede. The only way to beat Arsenal at the minute is if you score first. Because scoring against them is an absolute nightmare, and the Atleti didn't manage to score. And it's another clean sheet for Arsenal. It's another clean sheet for Raya. Arsenal are yet to concede a goal in this year's Champions League, and they've only conceded 3 goals, I believe, in the Premier League. Ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous from the Arsenal defence. But yeah, going forward tonight, I think Arsenal were okay. I mean, they just capitulated, Atleti. They absolutely capitulated. And I think it's more of the case that the Athletic capitulation and Arsenal playing well tonight, in my opinion. I think Arsenal, okay, they were the better team. I don't think it was a 4-0 game though. I mean, I think maybe 2-0 was fair, but 4-0 I think is a bit extreme. But obviously it finished 4-0, so I'm talking waffle about it shouldn't have been 4-0 when it was. But yeah, dominant performance really in the end for Arsenal. Like I said at the start, I think Atleti played their part. They had chances. Atleti, yes, not many. But I think Arsenal were always the favourites to win this game, at home, top of the Premier League, one of the best teams in the world, Arsenal. And yeah, they got the job done. Obviously, tougher challenges lie ahead for Arsenal in the season because they have big ambitions. I feel like they're heavy favourites to win the Premier League now after what has happened to Liverpool in these recent weeks. And can they potentially win the Champions League? Who knows? But yeah, let's talk about the goals because there's 4 goals to talk about. In fact, let's talk about the chances actually in the first half. We had a few chances in the first half. Arsenal started the game off pretty quick. They hit the bar. I think it was inside like the 8th to 10th minute. They hit the bar. Eberechi has a shot deflected off Hanko and just looped into the air and hit the bar. Oblak had absolutely no chance. The bar came and saved Oblak. Rice and then missing the follow-up shot. Atleti also had a chance in the first half, and this was a much bigger chance in my opinion. And I'm surprised with the technical brilliance of Julian Alvarez. He's missed this chance. So Raya's got the ball in the corner, and he's messing about with it, David Raya, and it goes out of play for an Atletico Madrid throw-in. They take it quick, Atleti, because Raya's out his goal. And Julian Alvarez spots it, takes the shot, and he just can't get the bend on it. If he gets the bend on it, it's a goal. But he can't get the bend on it, goes wide of the post, and that was a huge chance for Atleti to take a 1-0 lead, a huge chance. And I'm surprised that he hasn't scored, Julian Alvarez. Very surprised. We then go into the second half. I think Atleti actually started the second half the better team. They were on the front foot, Atleti, and they hit the bar through Julian Alvarez, hitting the bar. What an effort by Alvarez. What an effort. I mean, David Raya is absolutely nowhere near it. Absolutely nowhere near it. But he smacks off the bar. And you know, if that would have went in, I think it would have been a completely different game. It would not. Arsenal would not have scored 4 goals if that goal by Alvarez would have went in. But then it was moments later. Then, you know, the start of the capitulation, Gabriel Martinelli. Sorry, not Gabriel Martinelli. What am I on about? Gabriel. Sorry, I don't know why I said Martinelli. He does score Martinelli, but it's Gabriel, the centre-back, with the header. Another set-piece goal for Arsenal. Set-piece FC strikes again. They scored 2 set-pieces, this one Arsenal. 2 set-pieces today for Arsenal. But yeah, lovely ball in by Rice. Gabriel just glances it in past Oblak. Good run by Gabriel, clearly onside. And yeah, just sticks it past Oblak. Oblak's really got no chance, to be honest, with the headers from such close range. And yeah, like I said, that was the start of the capitulation. Because then 7 minutes later, Gabriel Martinelli makes it 2-0 for Arsenal. And this is a poor goal, I think, if you're an Atletico Madrid fan or Simeone. This is a poor goal to concede. Miles Lewis Skelly gets the ball inside the centre circle, and he drives past 2 Atletico Madrid players, and you know, I kind of blamed Conor Gallagher for the goal in the watch along, because Gallagher's marking the pass out wide, but Lewis Skelly's never going to make that pass because he's only looking straight and he's only going to run straight, and he gets past Gallagher, and you know, Gallagher can still take him out, which he should have done, but he doesn't. Lewis Skelly gives it to Martinelli. Martinelli opens up his body, and it's a really good finish, to be honest, by Martinelli. Whips it past Oblak, posting in. Oblak did get fingertips, but not enough. Excellent finish by the Brazilian. Yeah, 2-0 to Arsenal. Game over at that point. And then it was 3-0 to Arsenal. 3 minutes later, Victor Gyökeres with the goal. Bit of a mess, this goal. Bit of a mess. I mean, it's just pinball, really, in the Atletico Madrid penalty box, and Gyökeres hits the shot. I think it like deflects off Hanko, and it just bobbles into the back of the Atletico Madrid net. Obviously, Arsenal won't care how it went in. Gyökeres won't care. He'll claim the goal. And yeah, 3-0 Arsenal. And then 3 minutes later, after Gyökeres making it 3-0, it was 4-0. Another set piece for Arsenal. This time, Declan Rice with the corner. Whips it all the way to the back post for Gabriel. He heads it back across, and Gyökeres with the tap-in, hits his thigh, goes in the back of the net for 4-0. But, I mean, that goal, I mean, who's marking Gabriel? Like, Gabriel is arguably one of the best players in the world to, like, head the ball and find space. Like, the amount of space he finds is ridiculous. You know, he found space for his goal. He found space for the Gyökeres second goal with the assist he got. I mean, he just finds space in the box. And, you know, it's going to be interesting with Arsenal and set pieces. Will anybody figure them out? You know, I think this is a question that we are not having, because surely they're going to get figured out. Like, surely something's got to happen. But, you know, they're so, like, unique with them, Arsenal. Like, they change them all the time. Like, that Gyökeres second goal, I've never seen Arsenal do that corner before. Cross to the back post, header across the box. I've not seen Arsenal do that before. So they're changing them up. They're evolving. It's an absolute nightmare for defences. It really is. But, yeah, 4-0 to Arsenal. I don't think it was a 4-0 type of game, but it is what it is. I think Atleti played their part. They just capitulated horribly in that, you know, 13, 15-minute period. But yeah, Arsenal, Arteta will not care. They remain unbeaten, perfect start, 0 goals conceded. And yeah, they're looking like a real force this season, Arsenal. But guys, let me know in the comments your thoughts on the match. Make sure to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll catch you later.